Darius. The name echoed in the halls of heroes. He was bravery personified, a figure of legend whose deeds were sung by bards across the land. His armor, polished silver, reflected the sun like a beacon, a symbol of hope and strength for all who saw him. It was said to be forged by gods, imbued with the essence of celestial power, making it nearly indestructible. In his hand he carried a sword like no other, a weapon of unparalleled craftsmanship and magical potency. The blade, named Stormbringer, hummed with power, its runes glowing with an otherworldly light. It could cleave through any foe, no matter how formidable, cutting through armor and bone with ease. Darius was not born but made. His strength and skill were honed through relentless training and countless trials. Forged in the fires of countless battles, he fought for justice. He defended the innocent, standing as a bulwark against the forces of darkness. His name was whispered in fear by the wicked, a harbinger of their inevitable downfall, and in hope by the helpless, who saw in him a savior, a protector who would never abandon them. His latest quest was his most perilous yet, a journey that would test his limits like never before. He had to face creatures of myth and legend, beings of immense power and ancient malice, beasts thought to be mere stories. Darius knew better, for he had seen their terror firsthand. He had seen the darkness lurking at the edge of the world, a malevolent force that threatened all he held dear. His heart was heavy, but his resolve was iron. He knew the stakes, and was prepared to sacrifice everything. He would face any danger, no matter how insurmountable, with unwavering courage. He would defeat any evil, for he was Darius, the unyielding champion of the realm, and he was the shield that protected the realm, the guardian who stood between his people and the darkness. The whispering woods lived up to their name. Trees whispered secrets to the wind. The air crackled with unseen energy. Darius gripped Stormbringer. He could sense danger lurking in the shadows. Giant trees loomed over him. Their branches, like skeletal arms, reached out. Sunbeams struggled to pierce the dense canopy. Eerie shadows danced around him. He was watched. A low growl echoed through the woods. Darius spun around, sword at the ready. A pair of glowing eyes pierced the gloom. A massive wolf, larger than any he had seen, emerged from the trees. Its fur was black as night. Its fangs dripped with venom. Darius raised his shield, its surface etched with ancient runes. He would face this challenge head-on. He had stared down death before. He would not flinch now. He was Darius. He was the storm that raged against the night. The griffin landed with a bone-jarring thud. Its eagle head glared at Darius. Its lion body tensed, ready to pounce. The creature was a magnificent fusion of power and grace, but its eyes held only cold, predatory hunger. "Turn back, mortal," the griffin rasped, its voice a grating screech. "This land is mine. None trespass here and live." Darius held his ground. "I walk the path of justice," he boomed, his voice echoing through the forest. "And I will not be deterred," the griffin snarled, baring its razor-sharp talons. It launched itself at Darius with a deafening shriek. The battle was joined. Darius rolled clear of the griffin's attack. Stormbringer flashed, leaving a trail of sparks in the air. The griffin roared in pain, a gash appearing on its flank. The battle was far from over. The ground trembled, not from the griffin. Something else approached, something darker, more sinister, and far more numerous. The stench of decay filled the air, a foul odor that clung to the back of the throat and made the eyes water. From the depths of the forest they came, goblins, twisted, malevolent creatures with eyes that glowed like embers in the dark. Hundreds of them swarmed towards Darius, their guttural cries filling the air, a cacophony of chaos and bloodlust. Their eyes burned with malice, each one a window into a soul filled with hatred and a thirst for destruction. They brandished crude weapons, eager for blood. Rusty blades, jagged clubs, and makeshift spears, all ready to tear flesh from bone. The griffin, momentarily forgotten, watched the spectacle with a chilling amusement, its eyes gleaming with a predatory interest. Darius felt a chill run down his spine, a cold dread that threatened to paralyze him where he stood. He had never faced such overwhelming odds. The sheer number of goblins was enough to make even the bravest warrior falter. But fear was a luxury he could not afford. He steeled himself, drawing on every ounce of courage he possessed. He had to stand his ground. There was no retreat, no surrender. Not now, not ever. For the sake of the realm, for the people he had sworn to protect, he would fight until his last breath. He charged into the fray, Stormbringer singing its deadly song, a symphony of steel and death. Goblins fell left and right, their bodies crumpling under the might of his blade. Their blood stained the forest floor, turning the earth into a gruesome tapestry of red. But more kept coming, a relentless tide of hate and fury, seemingly endless in their numbers. Darius fought with the fury of a cornered lion, each strike more desperate than the last. Each swing of his sword cleaved through flesh and bone, a testament to his skill and determination. But exhaustion began to creep in. He couldn't fight forever. His muscles ached, his breath came in ragged gasps, yet he fought on. The ground shook with each thunderous step. Trees splintered and fell. The very air crackled with anticipation. Out of a cave, black as night, emerged the dragon. Its scales shimmered like obsidian. Its eyes burned with ancient fire. This was no mere beast. This was a force of nature. Darius felt a tremor of fear, but it was quickly replaced by determination. He would face this challenge head on. "You dare intrude upon my domain, little knight?" The dragon's voice boomed, echoing through the mountains. "You are but an insect to me." Darius raised his sword, its surface reflecting the dragon's fiery gaze. "I stand against the darkness," he shouted, his voice a defiant roar. "Begone, beast, or face my wrath." The dragon roared, a sound that shook the very foundations of the world. The battle was joined. The dragon lunged, jaws agape, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth. Its eyes burned with a fierce, unyielding fire, a testament to its ancient and formidable power. Darius rolled out of the way, narrowly avoiding becoming the dragon's next meal. His heart pounded in his chest, adrenaline surging through his veins as he felt the heat of the dragon's breath on his back. He slashed upwards, his blade finding its mark. The sound of metal slicing through scales echoed in the air, a brief moment of triumph amidst the chaos. The dragon roared in pain, a gash appearing on its snout. Its roar was a mix of fury and agony, reverberating through the battlefield. The air crackled with energy as the dragon unleashed a torrent of fire. Flames danced wildly, consuming everything in their path, turning the night into a blazing inferno. Darius dove for cover, the flames licking at his heels. He needed a plan, a desperate gamble. His mind raced, searching for any advantage he could exploit. He charged towards the dragon, dodging fiery blasts. He saw his chance. With every step, he felt the weight of destiny pressing down on him, a gap in the dragon's defenses, a small but crucial opening that could turn the tide of the battle. He leaped, summoning all his strength. Time seemed to slow as he soared through the air, his focus unwavering. Stormbringer plunged deep into the dragon's chest. The blade glowed with a fierce light, channeling all of Darius's will and determination. The dragon roared, a sound filled with pain and disbelief. Its mighty form shuddered, the strength draining from its body. The dragon collapsed, its massive body shaking the ground. Dust and debris flew into the air, marking the end of an era. Darius landed on his feet, breathing heavily. His muscles ached, and every breath was a reminder of the fierce battle he had just endured. He had won, but at a cost. He was wounded, exhausted, but he was alive. The battle was over, but the scars would remain, a testament to his bravery and sacrifice. Darius emerged from the forest, battered but unbroken. He had faced the darkness and emerged victorious. He carried with him the scars of battle, but also the pride of victory. He was a hero. News of his victory spread like wildfire. People cheered his name. He was their champion, their protector. He had saved them from the creatures of darkness. He had brought peace to the land. But Darius knew the fight was never truly over. There would always be new threats, new dangers to face. But he was ready. He was Darius, and he would answer the call. He would be there, always. He looked to the horizon, his gaze resolute. His legend would live on, a beacon of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. He was the shield. He was the sword. He was Darius, and he would not falter.